Well, good morning, afternoon, whichever time you happen to be watching this. This is Reverend Velda, and I want to just give you a little short mini message this morning. Something that I think will encourage you and hopefully help you deal with some situations and circumstances that you possibly are going through. You know, I love the scripture, even though I have to admit I haven't always understood the scripture. But over in Hebrews chapter 5, it talks about Jesus, the very Son of God, in Hebrews chapter 5 and verse 8. And I think I want you to listen. It said, even though he were a son, yet he learned obedience by the things which he suffered. And I've always been a little bit puzzled by that. I mean, after all, he is the Son of God. Why would he be suffering? Why would he be going through trials and tribulations and troubles? Even more so, you are a child of God. And perhaps you've asked yourself that question. Why me? Why am I going through trials? Why am I having troubles? Why am I going through tribulations right now? Testings, all those things that we could talk about. But I want to tell you why. Because God, in his infinite wisdom, knew an answer was coming through that. And it tells us that through those times of suffering, discomfort even, that Jesus learned a very valuable lesson. He learned obedience. And you say, well, he's the Son of God, and he always said, you know, I'm the one, I only go where God tells me to go, I only do the things God tells me to do, I only say the things God tells me to say. But perhaps that was after he truly learned obedience. So what I want to tell us today is, God says that to him, obedience is better than a sacrifice. Maybe you feel like you've been sacrificial, giving to the Lord, doing the things of the Lord, but God himself says obedience is better than your sacrifices. So I want you to recall this. It was after Jesus learned obedience, true obedience, that is when his life took a major change, and he began to teach and preach and heal and deliver. In fact, that is when he began to do miracles. And so signs, wonders, and miracles, oh my, were performed by Jesus, for he walked in total obedience to God. You know, you say, well, I don't know so much about that. Well, if God would do it for Jesus, God will do it for you, and God will do it for me. So this is my encouragement for you today. Obedience. Obedience. I'm going to repeat it one more time for you. Obedience to God is better than sacrifice. But listen, here's the real little mini message I want you to get today. Obedience is the catalyst for miracles. If you want to see miracles in your life, in your family, in your ministry, whatever, your finances, let me assure you, you need to go back and ask the Lord to help you learn to walk in obedience. I hope you've been encouraged by this. I hope you'll join us again, because we never know when God's going to give us a little mini message for you. God bless you and have a wonderful day.